I didn't know when I was gonna be able to make it up here because I haven't been busy in an exhausting way, but I've been busy in a mischievously organizing way. Let me get this together, because as soon as I want to get up here and start popping my shit and talking off my collar, my lips want to be chapped. I've been keeping to myself, focusing on my needs, resting. So we're gonna talk about some stuff in this video. This video might be a couple parts long, depending on how the energy is orchestrated. That's just probably how I feel inside. If I can get everything out, I want this video to be very clean cut, very transparent, very alleviating, and very impactful. Okay, so I need to do my laundry. Okay, I need to change my nail color. Okay, I need to do my hair. Okay. But lately what's been going on with me is I've been going through a lot of physical and soulful changes. In this energy too, the eclipse, the first eclipse of the year has passed. That eclipse season, the year of the fire horse, followed by the red moon. Okay, leading off the red moon, I would say the end of that portal is what got me, because I've just been surrendering to rest more often than not. It's been helping me gain a lot of clarity. Okay, so that was something good. Also too, I went from my notebook to my iPad, and the transformation has been very profound. Y'all know I love to write things down. I've been writing things down on my life. I've always had dream journals and things of that nature. Always wrote down my dreams, intuitive hunches, thoughts, feelings. So I switched to my iPad, and it has been keeping me. It's been keeping me out of it's been keeping me out of mental fog. Okay, like I told y'all before, mental Mercury for me is all about like putting things together and just allowing for my logic to flow in ways that are expansive, and you know, I just have a type of insight and configuration that is different from the majority. Okay, so that's been a thing. That's been a thing. Yeah, still you're Sagittarius, but shit. Another thing too with being pregnant, I've been going through soulful and physical changes in my pregnancy. Now, when we talk about cryptic pregnancy, we're talking about the hidden journey. We're not talking about fertility crisis. We're not talking about wishing upon a star to have a baby. We are talking about pregnancy, okay? Motherhood, pregnancy, and spirituality, okay? So in my pregnancy here recently, I have been like, I guess, making room, because I've been feeling really heavy. And as well as I've been retaining a lot of weight, like structurally, soulfully, intuitively, okay? My body has been hurting a lot, okay? But one thing about it is my feet don't swell up anymore. And instead of like getting dizzy when I stand up for too long, I have really bad back pain. Okay, so that's a thing. This pregnancy, like I said plenty of hundreds of times ago, I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. Mentally, physically, I'm tired. So today in this video, there's an astrological event. The moon is in Sagittarius, okay? And Venus in Aries is sextile. I hate when my brain goes blank because I was just looking at it. Venus in Aries is sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Now, in one of the videos a while back, I think it was Divvy and Divide, I talked about Pluto in Aquarius. I talked about, because in that energy, we were in Aquarius season. I talked about Pluto in Aquarius, okay? I talked about Venus in Aquarius. I talked about Saturn, Uranus. Like, it was like a whole little planetary alignment thing that talked about transformation and rebirth, tower moments and things like that, right? Today in this video, we have Venus in Aries and Pluto in Aquarius, sextile. Sextile means friendly, okay? It means bridging things. It means acquaintance, right? So I'm trying to not let anything be forced. So I've been finding that when I've been doing videos lately or making statuses, I am right on the astrology calendar, like just aligned with it, right? So I find that cool because it helps me feel more grounded in my intuition, okay? Another thing I want to put out about that is the only reason why it makes me feel comfortable, I feel like it does add a lot of confidence to me staying in my craft and like having the ability to be proud about who I am, what I do, and why I'm here on earth, okay, is because I have dealt with a lot of people trying to like get in the way of my intuition. People that are very malnourished mentally and soulfully, they become hyper focused on watching my content and my platforms, and they tell themselves things that I never said, or they try to scapegoat in my energy to get away with like the shit that they're doing. They'll say, or they would do things like pretend like I'm predicting stuff that's going on with them, but all along they're like leading themselves off a cliff. I didn't tell you, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say, what are you doing? Because I didn't say nothing that is in correlation to what you are configuring for yourself. So that was a thing that I dealt with on why I wanted to get off social media really bad, because I got tired of people watching my platforms and trying to be funny. Oh, she does astrology, she does tarot and stuff, she just be predicting all this collective stuff, and we all can just get in there like swimwear. And that's not the truth. That's one thing about why I do not incorporate new age spirituality beliefs with my craft, my purpose, my calling, because it has a lot of people in a psychosis that I'm not willing to fight through to protect myself and what I do, simply because you are indulging in self-harm and you are trying to like throw your energy on me, but throw it on me in a way where you claim that something is going on because of what I'm doing, or because of what I said or what I predicted or forecasted or something, because that's not how that stuff goes. That's not how this shit go, honey. I got that cleared out of my energy. I'm so, ooh. Oh, I'm telling you, I love this channel of mine, okay? I love this channel of mine because it's like, y'all get to see every side of me through my craft and my purpose. Y'all get to really zoom in with me when I open this stuff up to y'all in the ways that I do, with the different perspectives and stuff like that. I'm telling you. But anywho, since you're here, welcome to another video. It's High Priestess JC with my Oracle Tarot, coming to you with another one. If you like any of this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out. If you want to book one-on-one readings, you can email me. All of that information is in the description of this video, okay? Check out my page, my Oracle Spirituality, my Instagram page as well, okay? Because that's where I've been the most active at, and my TikToks and stuff like that, that's where people was like on the bullshit. I've been disrespected so bad on account of it though. So that was something that I had to like emotionally get over for the last eclipse, was like getting over how people have tried to get away with disrespecting me because of what I do or because of who I am. So I've been like emotional, like up and down about it because you know, when people disrespect you, they try to play on your top. They try to make you feel like what you're doing, or make you feel like your intuition is just pure bullshit and stuff. But they're like on the low obsessing and like trying to drag off of you and stuff. Like that stuff is so frustrating. And that's why a lot of people, when they are spiritual, they just end up in total isolation with no friends or nobody else close to them. So that's been a thing. I've been really upbeat. Okay, I've been really upbeat. And I look a hot mess right now, but that's okay. Y'all are gonna see every part of me, and then I can fall. So this was a thing here. Another thing too. I needed to reevaluate my love life and my self-worth. So that's what I had been working on the past couple weeks, and I finished that up. I don't know if that energy is going to leak through in here, but what I do want to say is, just because I do open up about my own personal energy, or I open up about situations that I have experienced, or if I open up about anything about life or anything of that nature, that does not mean that I am broadcasting my life to where people know everything about me, or they know what's going on, or everybody wants to tune in to me because my whole life is a show. The main point about it is, it's about me, because it is. So whatever I am sharing, so what? It's about me, right? If it's about me, then that means I have the right to share what I want to share. Being highly spiritual, people do be sitting up there trying to just latch on to people's energy. And I've also dealt with that a lot too in my journey, okay? So I was evaluating my love life and my self-love, and I had recognized that my self-love is so strong. That's why people get intimidated when they come into my energy, because there is nothing you can do to detach me from myself. You can try to force an emotion out of me. You can try to force communication out of me. But one thing I will not do is lose myself trying to have connections, acquaintanceships, friendships, partnerships, romance. I will not lose myself trying to hold something together, okay? That's one thing that I got a chance to look at for myself, okay? I also just got gifted this lovely 14-karat gold necklace for eclipse season. So my mom gifted me this beautiful necklace during her birthday season, and I wasn't expecting it, because I'm like, I told my mom, I was like, hey, why are you always doing stuff for everybody else on your birthday? Like, that's your day. Like, do something for you. But she came with this like beautiful necklace, and I swear my heart just like got all mushy, because the meaning behind this necklace means so much to me. So I love this. This is okay. So I am your Virgin Mary Magdalene womb priestess. Okay. Yeah. It's because like on and off the internet, I've been on my shit. It takes a lot for me to get on the internet. So the fact that I'm in this deep, I am so proud of myself, because yeah, I'm learning how to share what I have from my soul with the world. That's what I have been working on coming up in my early 20s as a woman. I had always knew that I would be sharing my ancestral divinity with the world. And that's what people are upset about. Okay. But I don't know what's going on here. So we're going to get some cards. See what goes on. Okay, like I said, if this turns into a part 2, it's probably because I'm feeling like there isn't anything. I feel like I didn't get enough out, or I feel like Yeah, okay. So the first card up here is Temperance. I love this. Okay, first card up is Temperance. Is a Sagittarius energy. In this energy, the moon is in Sagittarius. You know, the moon changes zodiac signs every 2 to 3 days. So it's like this message could be timeless, but this message could resonate with specific energies or specific points in time, where it's just about that window or that frame. Okay. So that's a thing. I'm telling you, balance is the theme here. Okay. So there's a reset. Okay. There's a reset. For some of you, this is a reset in polarity, your masculine, feminine energies here. For some of you, this is a reset in a love cycle. For some of you, this is higher wisdom. Okay, confirmation. This is higher wisdom, victory, acknowledgement. Okay. For some of you, this does point to an energy where someone in particular could be recognizing something about their experience, about their experience, about time, or about what has been passing them by or what they had not been paying attention to. Okay, somebody could have been expecting a reward. They were expecting a reward from something, but what seems to be taking place is there's like some type of revamp on either some disappointment, some losses. This is like tragedy, okay? Tragedy sweeping through here, okay? Somebody is having a tragic season, okay? This season of tragedy will point towards being in a place where you actually have to acknowledge the emptiness instead of trying to find ways to distract yourself, okay? For some of you here, this could have been something that you were showing other people, because other people's chaos and stuff, it doesn't appease to your calmness. So I wonder if there's like this thing where as above, so below, like everything is clear cut how it's supposed to be here. The reality of things, okay? There's like some type of influence that wants to, maybe the influences that want to have a hold on you or what you perceive or something like that isn't able to. Okay, so there's like confusion or something going on here about a decision. Somebody chose to be more logical. And for some of you, this energy is asking for you to step away from the logical part, because the logistics of something is what's hurting progression, or it's what's hurting recognition here, okay? For some of you, this is like foolishness. Somebody had been recognizing that they were being foolish, or they were foolish for trying to perceive something in a certain way, either when it came to you or when it came time to do something, or how things are coming to par in the midst of time. This is kind of hitting on like mental stuff, because I was saying this on my other YouTube channel a brief time. The way someone thinks is on the spot, or the way they articulate stuff, and it's only because right now in this new year that's coming in here, okay, the world is pushing for elevated consciousness, or elevated receptivity with things, okay? The world is pushing to refreshing your perspective. It's pushing to, create health in places that were withering. It's pushing for you to water things that you've neglected. And it's only that way because it's allowing for people and new things to stay in the flow of evolution, okay? Life is about evolution. You're never done growing, even when you are grown. So the way someone thinks, okay? There's this energy here. It's like I kind of don't like this reading because the way these cards look, it's kind of like this energy where somebody wanted to kind of put themselves in the in-between, where they wanted to just roam off and figure out what would land in their vision or what would land in front of them. And what's going on here is like you actually need to grab control of something and anchor yourself, okay? For some of you, this is about standards and worth. Maybe you've been articulating your standards and your worth. If this is about love, if this is about recognizing where you stand when it comes to certain things, or even like where you stand in other people's lives. So that's another interesting thing here too, because it's like you right now, you might want to rethink about your investments, time-wise, energy-wise, thoughts, actions. You know what I'm saying? This like, it's not no more of this perfectionism burnout where you're neglecting yourself, trying to, like I said, I'm not neglecting myself to hold nothing together. So you know what I'm saying? So that's a thing here. So Venus is about self-worth, okay? Self-love, okay? And Pluto is about transformation, okay? So yeah, this is hitting on like thoughts, perspectives. Yeah, let's see. Take a step back. All right. Somebody felt like they needed to take a step back. And it's weird because even after taking a step back, they still may not have the clarity that they thought they had. For some of you here, this was something where somebody was taking too long to decide on something or planning something out. And like, if the plans weren't planning how the plan through, it was simply because the way that things were being perceived, okay? This kind of does go back to another video where I was saying there's a way to redirect a current, okay? If somebody is hiding something, it can kind of mess up the tone of something. It can mess up what the bigger picture is of something, okay? I don't like that energy of like people trying to keep their heart hardened while they are like dealing with me, or while they are basically trying to vet me. Am I gonna be a good enough friend? Am I a good enough lover? Am I a good enough employee? Like that type of shit. I don't like, if you're gonna keep your heart hardened, then I'm not gonna stick around and try to convince you of anything, okay? Seven of Pentacles wants to be the star of the show because the Seven of Pentacles talks about results, the bigger picture, and scarcity tactics, okay? So yeah, for some of you, this is about romance. For some of you, this is about soul retrieval. For some of you, this is about ancestral depth, okay? If somebody was not listening to their ancestors when it came to you, they may be regretting it, even because they were realizing that their tactical way of dealing with you, it came from their own trauma, perhaps, all right? So that right there. 222 is up here, okay? 222 is very significant. So there is a reset going on here. For some of you, this is a new love cycle. If it's self-love, if it has something to do with what you've been planning, if it has something to do with what you've been waiting on, okay? But there is a new cycle here. There is a reset. And I feel like for some of you here, there was a period of like trying to gather your strength, okay? Gather your strength after coming out of a experience, or after coming out of a different life form, okay? We've got the Queen of Wands. Hello, okay? Confidence, boldness, bravery. You know, are you going to stick to your stoop? no matter what challenges are coming abroad? Are you going to stay confident no matter what type of hesitation or fogginess is going on? That's what this is like hitting on for real, okay? Let's put that over there. And we are going to see what the ancestors have to say. We've got the high priestess up here, okay? Something had been hidden for a while. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Talk about something had been hidden. For some of you, this could have been delays around, delays around your self-worth. Were people expecting for your self-worth to be impacted in a certain negative light because they were too busy trying to study you, or because they did not want to admit to themselves that they did not value you at first? This is like giving like past life karma and like present day reclamation, okay? Because for a lot of you, this is an energy where people are thinking and analyzing things, and you are popping up in their head, experiences, situations, and stuff like that. But it's in a way where people are thinking about how they did not articulate, or they weren't able to comprehend your existence in their life at those moments. And speaking of a new cycle here, there is a change. So there's change taking place here. It's like, are people realizing that your worth or your success in the present time has nothing to do with what they were trying to do to box you in? That's been a theme that I had been dissecting for a minute currently too. Being boxed in by people's added narratives, okay? It's all there. If you do go on my Facebook page, Mad Oracle Spirituality, you can see it all there, okay? You can definitely see it all there. Even on my main Facebook page, Just the Age of Clay Shell, there's nothing but seeds on that bad boy. And it's not even seeds, it's like stuff that I had not been sharing with people, because I knew for a long time people were watching me and articulating and wanting to like crucify me because they did not know me. And now it's like I get to be on my platforms and stuff, and I'm confident, and it's like I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm coming along on my own tempo here. And the more that you see me thrive through this ethereal content, the more that you realize you don't know me. So for some of you here, this is a thing where when people come checking for you, you're always doing better than where they last perceived you. And it's because they are in limitation, thinking about things from their own pity. I don't just be up on my platforms being mean. Everything I say up there is facts. Okay? It don't matter how you try to analyze it. But whatever. So here's this. And here's this. For some of you here, this message literally points to people or energy wanting to make you feel like your self-worth or anything around who you are as a person only has something to do with what they perceive. Like, are you not going to advance in your love life because you're too busy focusing on if your ex or if your family is going to disapprove of your choice in love, or if they're going to disapprove of you choosing to take a different route in your career or in your home structure? Are you going to delay yourself because of the premature thoughts of other people? Are you going to you know, somebody has an immaturity issue that could be mostly feminine based, and for some of you, this loops back around to the reoccurring energy that I've been reading up here on and off about, like, the women that you're around or the feminine energy. They all try to exploit you, or they all try to, you know, dig in your pocket about stuff. And it's like in these ways where they feel entitled, or they want to try to mold you to be in a traumatized, disempowering stance so that you don't take opportunities and evolve how you are meant to, okay? There's some things that could be being exposed now. For some of you here, this has been, some things are being exposed now. And this is after a period of isolation or during your isolation here, okay? The High Priestess is still up here, okay? This could even be you hiding, I don't want to say hiding as like you're not supposed to be doing something or whatever, but like basically like preservation. You've been preserving yourself. Yeah, thank you. You've been preserving yourself, okay? I don't know why I wanted to say perverting yourself. Are you perverting yourself? Maybe it's a sacred sense of indulging in borderless or boundless sensuality, okay? For some of you, it's trauma-based, okay? This could be like trauma-based here. Your love life, the people you're around, how this reset is having you look at things and think about things, okay? So that's a thing here. For some of you here too, the perverting yourself, it could have came from cultural appropriation or these narratives from people, okay? For some of you here, this could have been about people literally taking your innocence or taking your youth or taking advantage of you to keep you broken. And then like through life, you could have recognized that your growth had been impacted in a negative way, okay? This message is really, it's very holistic, okay? So we've got a Father of Coins energy and a Two of Coins, okay? If we are talking about a new love cycle here, this feels like a masculine energy that is patiently deciding which way to go. For some of you, this is somebody wanting to switch teams, okay? Switch teams from like that narrative of what we were just talking about a couple minutes ago, because that could have been the perspective they had about you even, or that could have been something that they were fighting with, their own perspective or their own way of thinking about things because of their influences or what they've been through, or kind of how they were going forward with things, okay? This does feel like somebody has been stopped in their tracks from whatever they have been juggling back and forth with. For some of you, you could have been finding out that you were being juggled here. Juggled in a way where it's like, at times you seem to be a priority to people, and then at times you seem to not exist to people. And in that energy, it's like this thing of, if people can decide when you're important or when you can benefit them, then for your self-worth, it would be a thing of holding yourself at the most valuable stake, no matter who thinks they're gonna treat you like what. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So you could be recognizing, or this person is recognizing, the stance or the pedestal that they had that put them in a lot of confliction. It put them in a lot of this abrasive fiction, abrasive perspective about themselves or about their life or something like that, okay? It was a bold move on their end, because it's like what took place was they were not able to give to you in certain ways because they were thinking that they had already knew or planned something out, or they thought they were thinking from wisdom or something. For some of you, I could very well be talking about someone that was mistreating you, or someone that was like switching teams based on what they thought they knew about you. And we got this Seven of Sticks up here again. Standards. Your standards is what's showing somebody and correcting them, okay? And maybe it wasn't supposed to be like that, or maybe because they were looking past you so tough, it's like they're recognizing that, you know, they're just missing out, okay? Missing you, missing out, always being confused, always being indecisive. That's just who they are. Maybe it was a thing where they wanted for you to get used to it. Like, that's just how they are and stuff. They want to put their ways on you, or they want to make you think that they can just throw themselves around, okay? They want to just throw their energy around, throw their energy at you, throw themselves at you in all these weird, floppy ass ways, and not think about not think about how they're rubbing on you. You know what I'm saying? For some of you, somebody was bleeding their own trauma and lack onto you, okay? Somebody could be in a new cycle of poverty here, because they had made sacrifices thinking that it was the best thing, thinking it was going to be the best outcome for them in a certain way based on how they were perceiving things. For some of you, this is somebody that was like just trying to add you to the cycle of chaos that they had going on, okay? I'm telling you, the High Priestess, someone trying to add you to the chaos. And now we've got the Ten of Knives up here with the Two of Cups. For some of you, this is a connection you called off because of all of this. Ooh, confirmation. You called off a connection because of this, or you stopped a cycle because of this. And that could be what has this person on pause, or that could be what paused a lot of things leading up to something. Because if this is like a soulmate even, this could have been a karmic soulmate, or this could be a current soulmate, okay? Soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. It postponed a lot because it was like, you need to be evolving and changing. Like, we're not just here to, like, you know, fuck off and not progress. You know what I'm saying? Progress is better than perfection. It's like this person wants for you to be perfect, but they can just leak out and, you know what I'm saying? Very manipulative, okay? Let's just put this, leave that up there and see what that's gonna do, okay? So this is how I'm gonna put this up here. There is lack of love in somebody's energy. It's like lack of self-love or lack of self-realization, and it's only of lack because of how they continuously chose to perceive things. This is a self-worth thing here, because if somebody was trying to blame you or trying to add you to some type of narrative they wanted to fess up, divine feminine, you are divine intervention. People cannot just throw you in shit, okay? So, ooh, Lord, just trying to throw you in shit and then keep the storyline going. No, fuck no. Hell no, honey. I don't. Let's see. We're gonna go to clarifying life. Ooh, honey. People be having the nerve. So it says, make miracles. Stay open-minded and receptive to the magic unfolding in your life. For some of you here, you could have been dealing with a boss or somebody here too, or this person thought they was the boss, or they thought they was in control of something, and like spirit is literally showing them like, you is not in control of nothing. Hold your horses, honey. You are not in control of anything. You need to slow down and recognize the chaos and confusion that's going on with you, okay? But it doesn't say that there's like negativity or stagnation. It's just showing like what has been unraveling. And if things are unraveling and you're just turning a blind eye to it, so you're basically rejecting the call for balance, right? This is probably why y'all ain't seen me in a little minute, because I just was trying to see what was going on in the energy. I'm like, it's a little intense up there. Okay, so it says new heights. Okay, let your connection with spirit ground you as you reach for the sky. For some of you here, it's been a battle of like trying to stay whole within without people wanting to take pieces of you, okay? For some of you, this is ascension, okay? You have been ascending, and through the ascension, it's been feeling really groggy, or it's been feeling really intense or roller coasterous at times, because you are understanding that the key to keeping yourself whole is not within wanting to be a victim with everything. So and not your soul is up here. See how I said I'm not willing to hold things together for people that make sure their heart stays hardened, okay? For you, collective, this is like a thing here. It could be that same gesture I put out there, and it also can be this thing here too of like the power that you have, okay? The power that you have emotionally and mentally is what people depend on to create new pathways. Rather or not, it's a thing where they fight with you know, they're not really fighting with you. They're not really rejecting you. Like if I'm talking about your twin, your soulmate, anything, they're not fighting you. They're not rejecting you. Their battle is internally, okay? But the outward verbiage that may be broadcasted to you or laid at your feet, it's literally like you receiving a package, okay? Open the package, all right? See what's inside, all right? See what the item is, okay? Like literally magnifying glass, inspect, okay? Inspect, all right? Before you unwrap it, open it, anything, read everything on the box, read the description, okay? And after that, ponder on how you are going to exalt what you've been given or what was delivered, okay? But the problem is, if there was a point where something was depending too much on your mental clarity or on your communication, this is where balance has came to take place. Because collective, without you, people still have to self-regulate. And even with you, people still need to be self-regulated. Do not tell me that these connections or these twin flame soulmate things, people are trying to be rooted in being codependent on another person's soul, and that's not what the walk of the journey is. It's not about having another person as a partner so that you can depend on them for regulation or nothing. That's not what makes it spiritual. That's not what makes it sacred. That's not what makes it a union. That's not what makes it a relationship at all, okay? It's about understanding that you are able, capable, and worthy of everything that you hold within. A partner for love, that means you have the highest standard of love within, okay? So this thing about being confused about your self-worth or your love life, if somebody is deliberately draining your energy or trying to make you feel a certain type of way because they cannot regulate themselves, it is so important for you to take your energy back, okay? It's so important for you to take your energy back. Stay to yourself, okay? It's important to let people do, be, say, and have whatever it is they're having in their moment, because what their battles are, it don't have nothing to do with you, okay? Child. Lord. Yep, here we go. I don't know if somebody wanted to do alchemy with you, or they wanted to use you as a point of reference for their own elevation here, okay? I know I've said that before. A lot of this stuff is kind of repeating because we were just in the eclipse portal, and a lot of those excess limitations have pulled up to the surface for people to purge through, right? Okay, so if somebody was trying to use you as a point of reference or something like that for them to reset their energy, or for them to try to put puzzle pieces together from what they felt like they had not been able to creatively put together, that it can't be a thing, okay? It can't be a thing, because what you're doing, collective, or who you are as a person, consciously, you are aware that you have always been you. So people can't take pieces of you and try to add it on to themselves. They have to educate themselves or find a way to evolve in a way that is most authentic to them. So this karmic mirroring, oh, that's what this is. This karmic mirroring is not a thing, because karmic mirrors keep you boxed in, all right? See, the potential is up here, all right? Plant the seed of potential, nurture, inspire, and promise with your attention and care. You are not in that energy of having empty hope, okay? You are not in that energy of having to exchange fragmented parts of you in order to make other people feel included. And I feel like that's the belief system that either your partner or your soulmate or twin had to let go of for themselves, okay? Another thing here too that we just gonna put on the flow for my divine feminines, okay? In your love connections, okay? I'm gonna say this very clear. In your love connections, divine feminines, your journey with your partner is not based on divine masculine telling you what you need to heal, or if you need to heal, or how to enhance yourself as a woman. If your partner is judging you, okay, if they are focused more on critiquing you than they are focused on the connection and why God is bringing y'all forth, and what can be manifested through you guys harmoniously collaborating, if that's not the gesture that's there, but the gesture is always pointed towards your femininity, what you need to heal, picking you apart, trying to read you, trying to study you, trying to grade you, you probably need to let that person go, okay? Let that person go, because they are walking in some type of trauma that's clouding their vision, okay? And I've been getting this here a lot too, of like, you feel like it's spiritual to be going through being mistreated or manipulated or some type of abuse. That's not spiritual. That's not what makes the twin flame connection. That's not what makes the soulmate connection. To have one gender that's so hung up on trying to make the other person think that they think and believe things about themselves and about their journey and about their healing. Everything is not about healing. That's the problem. The word healing becomes toxic when you throw that word up all the time, and yet there is no inner transformation, okay? I'm telling you, honey, learning secrets. Don't play with me. All right, I'm telling you. So there's been a reset here. I know this message sounds crazy, but this is a new love cycle. This is a new love cycle. We got roots of success here, okay? For some of you, pointing to the past or whatever this goes to, this energy I feel, for some of you, you had to learn that people were depending on you being rooted and anchored to your own individuality, and for them to just be able to tap dance around their uncertainty, okay? This is that thing where it's like people don't see clearly until they see the vastness of your influence, okay? You are not here to just walk into people's lives to make them over and change them around. They have to do that themselves. And also too, can we not normalize getting into connections just so we can patch ourselves up with the energy of the connection, but not actually intaking what the divine assignment is? Y'all, I'm telling you, I just see what's real. I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you, honey, I'm telling you. Okay, so for me, right? Me personally, I have been asking my current boyfriend why is he gesturing romance or like partnership and stuff with me for this long? Because you guys know that man is older than me. I met him when I was 23 years old, okay? I'm 27 now. I had been asking him in recent time, why is he still affiliated with me? Because a brief time ago, he told me that he was emotionally unavailable. My cynical, logical Libra moon ass, okay? I said, okay, bet. You're emotionally unavailable. So we're not going to be together then. Not as friends, not as lovers, not as acquaintances, not romance, nothing. So I prepared myself to basically just let the connection phase out, because everybody knows that emotionally unavailable people, their hearts are hardened, okay? They don't work on vulnerability, okay? And it's also too not my job to try to get you to be vulnerable when you're making sure your heart is hard while you're dealing with me. So I had kept asking him, and it was so crazy because it was like it was like a schedule for me. I would ask him ever so often, pick a day to ask. So like, why are we in contact? You're emotionally unavailable. Why are we in contact? That's the answer. Crickets. Crickets. And we got trust the path. Crickets. And it was like I was asking him because you said you were emotionally unavailable. I'm a woman. I'm emotional all day. I need tenderness. I need love. I need care. Like I need, as a woman, like I can't pretend to be emotionless and all that. So I was asking him, why are we still in contact with each other if you are knowing that you're emotionally unavailable? Because I'm not willing to basically like sit around and wait for you to open yourself up if that's what's going on. Because to be honest, you guys, these last couple years I've been dealing with my current boyfriend. I've been going through my own personal elevations and stuff, so tough to a point where like by the time me and him do come into like physical union, he has to re-get to know me again. And that was a thing that was a problem for me too, because we're both adults, right? If you are so busy living your own separate life, why are we in fucking contact? Because this was a thing for me where I'm already on a platform and stuff. I do not like people watching me to think they're gonna get behind the scenes on my personal life, my love life, or me as a mother, or like just me as a woman. You want to know like the tea on me and stuff like that. You can't get tea on me, okay? But if you end up watching my page, you either end up loving me, you end up joining my tribe, you end up being a part of my community, or you end up being in this energy where you can relate with me because of the tenderness that I have to offer, because I am a healed divine feminine, okay? I don't like when people watch my pages so that they can see how my life is progressing through love or material and stuff, because that's not what I'm here for, okay? I have been going through my own transformations, okay? And for me, I do not agree with the distance, because I just felt like he was choosing what he wanted to give his energy to. And since then, that's why I had been asking him, why are we in communication? If everything that goes on between us, you are making sure we stay at a distance. And my youngness, okay, I'm very aware, very wisdomic and stuff like that. I know what grown men are about, okay? My baby's daddy, okay? He was so manipulative. He was so against me. He was such an enemy of mine. I basically like took the time in that abusive relationship to reconnect with my feminine wisdom behind his back to myself type shit, because he became so attached to me. He was just all up in my business, all up in my shit. You want to be attached to feminine energy, but you're unhealed and you're destructive and you're self-neglectful and you're in self-denial. Now with my new boyfriend, I just asked him, if you're emotionally unavailable, why are we in contact? If you're emotionally unavailable, why are we still seeing each other? If you're emotionally unavailable, why do you feel entitled to romance and intimacy? Why do you feel entitled to always hear from me? Why do you feel so entitled to like come at me and gesture me like I'm your woman and you're emotionally unavailable? You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying you're emotionally unavailable to me, but you're available to everybody else though. You know what I'm saying? And me observing that is kind of where I put myself. I don't ever want nobody to be thinking that you're watching me because I'm some type of princess that's locked away in a tower waiting for Prince Charming to come and rescue me. Because that's not at all what my life is about. Just because I'm dealing with someone that's older than me, that does not mean that I'm having life struggles because of the type of person I'm dealing with, okay? And that was the thing where I said I was trying to see if I had a daddy issue, but that's not even it, okay? It's in my birth chart that I had always been destined to have a passed over father, okay? Yeah. So having a passed over father will have people trying to come at you about your masculine energy as what they think you need to be healing or what you missed out on from your father. I was born an awakened high priestess, divine feminine, okay? Decolonize who God made you to be, okay? Get away from paganism, get away from institutionalization, get away from the waves, the trends, the analytic, get away from it and sink into your soul to see who God has made you to be. And you will understand, and overstand your calling more times over than the fucking quantum calculation of breathing, okay? So anywho, fast progress is up here, trust your path is up here, but that's what I have been going through, asking this man, what's the problem? Because I don't want to deal with you when you're emotionally unavailable. The fuck? So yes, I have been keeping to myself. I don't act like I know you. It don't matter how long we've been dating. I don't act like I know you. It's not a thing where you have to convince me to, like, you know, do anything, but it's like I just don't act like I know people because I like to acknowledge people evolving, okay? So I'm not gonna act like I know this man. And yeah, okay, we've been, like, you know, on this thing together for a couple years now. Now I'm supposed to act like I know him because, like, he's older than me and presumably he might be stuck in his ways, or I just know how he gestures, I just know his mannerism. I'm not that type of woman. Because for one, I'm not a slave, I'm not a servant, okay? And I'm also not here to devote myself to you, okay? Honey, my Lilith is in Scorpio. I am a trip, all right? I am a fucking trip. It says, stay open to receive. Trust your path, stay open to receive, okay? But yeah, it's been crickets. So, like, is he just, like, not answering the question because, like, he wants to be with me? Or is he not answering the question because I'm being too upfront? I can handle grown-up talk. That's what confirmation. I can handle grown-up talk, okay? So I just be trying to ask the man, what's going on? Like, be honest with me, because I take rejection very well, okay? I take rejection very well, but whatever. whatever, right? I hope when I open up and be transparent with you guys, it makes you guys more comfortable with who you are and what your life, how unique your life circumstances are, okay? Because I know my life is very unique, all right? But yeah, I'm not a princess waiting for no man to come rescue me. Like, I just be at home chilling, honey. I don't give a fuck who doing what outside this window, outside this door, outside this building. I don't give a fuck, okay? I do not give a fuck. I don't. For some of you, you've been wanting to come out of some type of energy here when it comes to romance. I don't want to call it romantic shame, but I want to call it, like, you want to inch towards romantic sovereignty, where it's okay to love who you love, or it's or it feels more in alignment. Romance should feel in alignment instead of feeling forced, or instead of feeling like it's a way of survival or attachment for some of you, okay? So that could have been a thing here in this energy. This is, you know, it says clear mind up here. You know, I hate when this card comes up here now, because it's like union is always going to be inner soul retrieval, okay? So when it says clear mind, sweep away any doubts you have and know that you are right, I be feeling like it's this thing where, what if you don't want to entertain like the in-between? You know what I'm saying? What if you don't want to entertain the in-between? Yeah, knowing that you're right, but also not being arrogant. That's why I don't like when this card comes up, because sometimes it does feel like being right feels like arrogance. Maybe that's gaslighting, or maybe it's just a thing of acknowledging, like, yeah, acknowledging your truth or something. Yo, I don't know. I don't know. We are gonna make this a part 2, okay? And we're gonna leave this part off at clear mind, but we are gonna have to make a part 2. All right, so I'm gonna have to go start my laundry and all that as well. So I'll see you in a minute, okay?